All right. Would You Rather is in standard tuning with a capo at the 3rd fret. Okay, so the first chord is G, and it's this kind of G. So it's your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. You're not going to play the A string, but your 2nd finger should sort of lean over and mute the A string. So you have that. And let's just talk about this strumming pattern. So on the record, it's like this. It's like which is basically like on the first beat you do a low string, then it's like down, 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 up, down, up, low, down, 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 up, down, up. I'll do that real slow, real quick again. Real quick, I'll do it real slow. Right, like that. You know, live she might do more like a, you know, sort of strum through a little more, and you can do but on the record there's like that very strong. And it goes to, okay, so yeah, the intro is just 2 bars of that. It actually starts with a so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And does that for 2 bars. 2, or 4 bars if you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count it that way. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So now it's into the verse, which is G, and then this is like C, and all you have to do is move your 2nd finger from the 3rd fret on the low E to the 3rd fret on the A. She plays this kind of C, where it's like 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the low E and 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the A. This might be easier if you don't want to deal with avoiding the low E string or muting it, you know? I don't mind sort of, you know, muting it or avoiding it with, so just, you know, I just pluck the A string and just don't play the low E string. Then it goes back to the G, and then it's like D, but I think it's played like this. You know, this is like a D sus4. You might know that chord, but like it's like this. It's 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, and then your 3rd finger and your 4th finger just staying where they've been, as they are for most of the song. So on the 3rd fret of the B and the E. So it's like 2 bars on G, 2 bars on C, 2 bars on G, and then this D, whatever it is. So this 2nd half of the verse is going to go G for 2 bars, C for 2 bars, G for 2 bars, D for 1 bar, G for 2 beats, D for 2 beats. So, you know, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to burn it down. Okay, that brings us to the chorus. Starts with a C. There's a funny thing you can hear on the record. Again, this is totally optional. You could play this. You could play this. It's a C chord. Come to find out. It sounds to me like the guitar. All of a sudden, you hear this open B. I think the guitar might do this. Come to find out. You know. Come to find out. So I'm picking up the 3rd finger from the 3rd fret on the B and leaving the B open. And then I'm kind of emphasizing it and de-emphasizing that high E string. So it's like, come to find out. too, like down, 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 you know, something like that. You can hear a little bit of like palm stuff. If you're familiar with playing like that, you can try that in this song, like sort of where you are strumming and getting your palm involved in there. But yeah, so it's this C, and then the open B string comes into the second half of that C part. So it's like a bar of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bar of this. This is like second finger on the third fret of the A, pinky still on the third fret of the high E, but then D, G, and B all open. It's totally optional if you want to just stay on this. And again, this is also an option too. G, D again, right? This G you've been playing, and this is what I'm calling a D, which is this sort of D sussy over F sharp kind of thing. First finger on the second fret of the low E. Don't really play the A string, so maybe let the first finger kind of lean over to mute the A string, and then open D, open G. Third finger on the third fret of the B, pinky on the third fret of the high E. So like, come to find out, G, 2, 3, 4, D. Repeat that. We find our way out, G, 2, 3, 4. Now the C again. Now this E minor 7. Okay? The Wonderwall chord. It's like first finger on the second fret of the A, second finger on the second fret of the D, third finger and fourth finger where they've been on the third fret of the B and the E. That's for one bar, so. And this is that D again. So one bar of the E minor, one bar of the weird D, and then it's C again, and you could just play regular C. I hear the open E, so I think it becomes this. For this next C. So this is second finger on the third fret of the A, third finger on the third fret of the B, and then the D, the G, and the high E open, no low E. And that's for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's this dong, dong. So this is like 2 beats and then 2 beats. This is what I hear. Second finger on the third fret of the low E string, no A string, open D, G, and B. I don't hear anything on the high E string. So I do this. This is, I don't know if other people do this. So my pinky is hooking around to mute the high E string when I do this. You could also just avoid it, or you could play the third fret on the high E string. That'll sound good. G and then G over F sharp. So second finger on the third fret of the low E, and then first finger on the second fret of the low E. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And there I kind of am doing like a little picky kind of thing. You know. This is this weird chord. Here you really hear the palm kind of stuff too. This is like a weird like A7 kind of thing. This is what I think is being played. It's first finger on the second fret of the D and third finger on the fourth fret of the A, and then the G and the B open and not the other E strings, you know? It's a weird chord. Okay, you got that? First finger there on the second fret of the D, third finger on the fourth fret of the A, open G, open B. I think the next chord is this. This is like a C minor. So you can, if you're in this, then you gotta slide your first finger and your third finger down. So now your first finger is on the first fret of the D and your third finger is on the third fret of the A. And then your pinky, you could totally just play that, by the way. That totally sounds really nice. You could also play C for that. That's, I think, what she does live. So I think she goes, I think she does this A, and then this C. But I think what's on the record is this A. Pinky comes in on the 4th fret of the B string. So I have my first finger on the 1st fret of the D, third finger on the 3rd fret of the A, and my pinky on the 4th fret of the B. And then halfway through that measure, I hear this note come in. This is the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I should say second half. If you're counting it slow, it's the second half of the measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of hear all those notes. But anyway, it's some version of that. That's a pretty chord. First finger on the 1st fret of the D, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A, pinky on the 4th fret of the B. Basically. But again, you can play C for it. That seems to be what she does. You're back to G. Hopefully that made sense. That was the chorus. The only other part in the song, so it goes like verse, chorus, and then there's a bridge. Next time it's... So that's this A, which again, you can use that in the chorus for this if you don't like playing this. This is 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd finger again on the 3rd fret of the B, pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. Next time it's... to G, and then you could go to this that you've been using for D. I kind of think she might play like a regular D sus, which is like 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. So next time I say G, or you play another 2 bars on the A, and then it's this E minor, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. And that's for 3 measures, so it feels weird. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Come to find. That goes straight back into what is the last chorus, and that last chorus starts with a hold. Come to find, and then it goes. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. I will post my little chord chart to the Patreon page, which I hope you'll check out if you're interested. But let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching.